successful when we met, but I watched her even grow and become even more successful. And not just successful in business, but in every area of her life. I've watched her go through tremendous heartache and thrive through it and become even stronger. She's a world impactor. She is a multiple 8-figure.
Wow. Wow.
Multiple. Watch this.
Amen.
Multiple 8-figure earner. And her delivery is absolutely incredible. There are a lot of great women in this industry, but I don't know of one that delivers and leads with the grace that this woman does. So I want you guys to stand on your feet and help me welcome to the Believe Nation stage. Help me welcome Miss Twyla.
People in the back, right? A lot of times the people in the back don't get a lot of love, right? Or at least you think you don't get a lot of love in the back. But I know some of you spent your last dime to get here. Some of you piled in a car to get here. Some of you are sleeping 3, 4, 5 in a room to be here. And I just want to let you know that this is your preparation. This is your preparation for the difficult moments that's going to happen in your life. So I want to give gratitude to the visionary and love to David and Monitia. For being here today. I was thinking yesterday when I left the room, probably about 4 years ago, we were in Florida at the I Believe event. Fort Lauderdale, I believe it was. It's about 300 people, maybe 400 people in the room, right? And so here we are today, over 3,000 people. Woo! A nation of believers. And I did say we because I believe in the vision of what's happening here at Believe Nation. Inspiring people, encouraging people, teaching them how to believe, right? Using the necessary tools that it takes in order to be successful in your life. And we heard Big Sean say success is about happiness. Sometimes we think it's about money. really is about happiness. That's what it's about. And so, God gave me a couple words to leave with you today. I want you to write this down. Divine connection and blow over.
Come on. Talk to us.
Divine connection and blow over. Many of you are here because you're divinely connected to the movement that's happening. Maybe you're connected to the person that say, hey, you gotta get here. Maybe you're connected to David through a Zoom or a conference call, or something has you here where you are in a divine connection. Because God does not, He doesn't, I'm gonna come down here because I'm gonna talk to you guys.
Talk to us.
We're gonna have a conversation. I know this is the money seats up here, right? But I wanna have a conversation with you guys. I was asked to talk about leadership, but I can't talk about leadership without talking about emotional growth.
Hello.
And so leadership, right? What is it? What is leadership? Leaders take the high road. Leaders take the high road. In business, dealing with people, circumstances, issues, problems. Some things may get on your nerves and, you can't, or feel you can't afford to take the high road, but leaders take the high road. Right? Leaders don't take to social media. They take the high road. You guys with me?
Yes.
Leaders never post when they're angry. Why is she talking about social media? Because it's where everybody goes. It's the tool that we use for business, but it's also the tool we use when we want to throw some slugs. Hello? I heard somebody say facts.
Facts.
Yes.
Right? So that's not what we do as leaders. Never post when you're emotional. Leaders have a responsibility. Leaders have a responsibility. And it's your responsibility, ladies and gentlemen, because somebody's watching you. Your success is their success. And that's why you have to get the tools and understand what it takes, because your next level is also connected to somebody else's.
Facts.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Leaders have a ritual, something they do every day. What is it that you do every single day that gets you closer to your dream, closer to your success? If you don't have a ritual, I can promise you, you won't have success. That's a promise. So I want you to think about for a moment, what is it that you're going to do every single day when you wake up? All right? Before you grab your cell phone, you pull out your dream card and read it. Before you grab your cell phone, do you speak your I'm so happy and grateful now? Do you get into some form of meditation? Do you do some type of prayer? What is your ritual that you're going to do every single day? My ritual saved my life. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Because during that time was the roughest time in my life, and I found something that I could stand on. And I'll tell you a little bit about that here in just a few moments. Leaders do not read their own press.
Come on now.
Hello.
Come on now.
I better go up here, David. I might get something thrown at me. Leaders do not read their own press. The edification, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to use as a tool. Most of you, or some of you, are probably in the industry of network marketing. Before network marketing, I was in corporate America. And I didn't hear the word edification so much until I joined network marketing. But it's a tool. And when God gives you the success, you have to be responsible. There's a big responsibility that comes with having success, earning money. It's not about manipulation. It's about mentorship, coaching. Leaders don't break the people that's connected to them, they stretch them. As you're growing into your leadership, it is so important to know what it is that you really want. It's so important to know what it is that you really want. Because if you don't know what you want, you'll end up following what someone else wants.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's so important. Write it down. Write it down. What was the purpose of you being here? Write it down. David said yesterday, plan what you're going to get out of the event before you ever get to the event. That's what leaders do. Before I ever even got on the plane, I wrote down what I wanted to get out of the event. And day one, I got it. Day one. You cannot afford in this season, in this time, to be blindsided. Everything has to be planned. That's what leaders do. Plan the work and do what?
Work the plan.
Work the plan. And we hear this all the time. There is no shortcuts, guys. You got to pay the full price. You got to pay the full price for leadership. So I'm glad you drove 8 hours. I'm glad there's 5 people sleeping in the room with you. I'm glad you came with no money, because guess what? That's paying the price. That's what I did many times in the beginning of my career. So congratulations. Who got here being uncomfortable? If you got here and you had to ride with a bunch of people or you were sleeping, who's here uncomfortable? Congratulations to you. Because leaders understand that the comfort zone is a broke zone.
Yeah.
It is. And I hope you guys have your dreams and goals. Leaders know what to do with a dollar. Woo! Leaders know what to do with a dollar. Oftentimes, we have success, major success. Sometimes it comes quick, right? And it's what we call new money. Man, I was there. Michelle, where's Michelle? I had some new money back in 2008. Made a whole lot of money. And found myself in bankruptcy. Hadn't paid my house off. Hadn't paid off my car. I'm like, Lord, what did I do with the money? Didn't know what to do with a dollar. And when I found out what I needed to do with the money that I earned, it's so easy when it comes to tax time to just write the check, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Here you go. Right? Because I get it now. I get that when I'm making this money, I gotta put 20% in a tax account. Didn't have arguments with my husband because I get now when I make the money. He gets 10% in his U, I get 10% in my U. I can do whatever I want to do with it. I don't have to sneak bags into the house.
Talk to a TP.
So we understand what we have to do with the money when we're earning the money. Reinvesting into your business, right? Being responsible. That's another piece of being responsible as a leader. Leaders understand that it's we and not me. Guys, that's a big one. That's a big one because you have to have a sound mind. That's why coming to events like this is so important, so you can learn the development of the mind, the mindset that it takes, the responsibility that you have. Because if you're not careful, you're walking down the halls and everybody want to take a picture with you. If you're not careful, they want your autograph. If you're not careful, you got just an army of people wearing your shirt. And all of a sudden it becomes me and not we. And you think that you can do it all by yourself and nothing is built alone. I just told you that 4 years ago we was in the Believe room, David. We was in a room. Today we're in a nation of believers.
Yeah.
But the success comes because it's we. He didn't ask me. I attached myself to this Believe Nation movement because it's we. It's opened up for me to be a part. That's what leaders do. The example is being shown. But the only way that you're going to get that is that you have to develop right here. And have to be willing to not believe your own press. Leaders have self-discipline and emotional intelligence. Guys, it takes a lot of discipline to be a leader.
Yes, it does.
It takes a lot of discipline. It's not just something you wake up and it just happens, right? It takes discipline, right, to eat right and to feel good. Drink water, right? It takes discipline, right, to not overdrink or overeat. Oh my God. Why is it that leaders must do these things? Because you got to operate at an optimal level. You got to operate at an optimal level. You might be in this room, you say, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm showing the plan, I'm calling people, I'm a good person, right? I work hard. But maybe you treat your wife like trash. And you're not going to get the blessing. Maybe you treat your husband like trash. Maybe you treat your kids like trash. Maybe you curse them out, talk to them crazy, and you're not going to get the blessing. That's the one thing that's stopping you from having the success you're looking for. This is not one thing, it's all things. And it's important for you to develop and get better. I used to hear the late Earl Porter say you can always be the best. Don't stop where you are right now. It's not good enough. You can always better your best. And as people, as humans, we tend to work on what we're already good at. Oh, you're already a great speaker. Let me just go work on speaking. No. Work on the weaknesses that you have. You got a bad temper. Work on that. So guys, as you are going through your life, and it's so important to show love. One of the things that I do all the time, I don't let the day close without a good deed. Ever. That's part of my ritual. I don't ever let the day close without a good deed. I learned something from a mentor a long time ago. When I meet somebody, I silently say, I love you. And I want you to try it. There's a whole lot of people in here that you can try this with. Right? Silently say, I love you. And watch the connection. Watch what happens. And when you walk with the spirit of love, I promise you, your life will begin to be so much richer. So much richer. And I'm talking to the leaders, I'm talking to those, who have a huge organization. I'm talking to the people, who make a lot of money. And one of the ladies said to me yesterday, she's like, you stop and talk to everybody. When my husband and I would go to events, he's like, hey, you leave 30 minutes early because you're going to stop and talk to everybody. You know why I do that today? Because I was in my growth. And I was in an environment, in a room like this. And I saw somebody on the stage that I aspire to be, and I say, man, she is bad to the bone. Like, I want to do what she does. And I finally had a chance to meet her. And I walked up to her, and I said, hey, you were so great, and man, thank you for your inspiration. And I'm telling you, she was mean as I don't know what. Mean! I said, ooh, wee. That's how I'm not going to be.
Yes.
Right.
See, some people would have took that and quit the business and went gossiping and talking about it and all. I said, no. Thank you, Lord. You just showed me what not to do. Right? And I don't know what was on her mind that day. I don't know if something happened. I don't know if her dog or cat died, or I don't know if she got into an argument with her husband. I don't know. But I didn't judge. I just knew that's what I was not going to do. So even when I'm in a hurry, I'll grab him by the arm and I'll walk. Hey, you got to walk with me because I got to get somewhere. Right? That's part of my ritual, kindness. Kindness. And I know as leaders, we have stuff to do. And I know we get tired of taking 50 million photographs. Right? But lead with a spirit of kindness. It will go a long way. And you'll look up and you're like, man, I made it from the back to the front. Man, I made it from the back to the front to the stage. Things will change. A spirit of kindness is needed right now. Big Sean talked about mental health, right? You don't know what someone else is experiencing, so you don't judge them. You just take it for what you're not going to do. Having emotional strength is such a big part because there's so many things that can distract you from what you're doing. And remember I told you earlier that this is your preparation. Being here is your preparation. Because I'm going to tell you right now, all hell's going to break loose. It is. You're going to have some type of event that's going to take place in your life, and it is going to hurt you. I don't care how many affirmations you do. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care what you look at, your words, your images. Something is going to come that is going to give you some heartache and some pain and some setbacks. But because you're here, you're prepared. You'll get those things, but guys, you can't park there. It's a no parking zone.
Yeah.
It's a no parking zone. Tell yourself right now, hey, listen, Twyla, you're sad. You're even heartbroken. You may be even mad. Feel it, but don't park. Because Twyla, this is a no parking zone. What you're feeling right now is a no parking zone. Meet me at Fish City. Sunday, March 20th, the next day. I see her calling me on my phone, and so I answer the phone. I say, hey Stacy. She's bawling, like it's dreadful. And I thought I heard Jade has died. That's what I thought I heard. So I jump in my car and I get to her house. I turn the corner, 2 wheels. And I see a state trooper in front of the house, and I go in and she's on the floor. And she's just crying. And what has happened is her 18-year-old daughter, who had just gotten a scholarship to college for volleyball, and her 19-year-old daughter was just killed coming home from spring break in a car crash. Just like that. I'm talking to you about emotional strength.
Come on.
And I want you to hear me, and I want you to hear me well. You got to prepare your mind right now. We get the driver, Martin, and this happened close to Corpus Christi. We get the driver, we get in the car, it's me, her, and her grandmother, and the girl's grandmother, and we get to the hospital. Girls just, I don't even want to even tell them. The next day, it made world news. Her only 2 girls made world news. Newscast. If you live in Houston, you know what I'm talking about. They went to Bel Air, one had graduated. She was working at Papados and, and was an assistant teacher, aspiring to be a teacher. So I'm at her house, Jason. I get there Sunday. I'm there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't leave. My husband's coming over. People are coming. It's just a house full of people, right? So I go home on Thursday. We're going to have a candlelight vigil in the park on Friday. So it's Good Friday morning. I slide out of the bed so I don't wake my husband up. Doorbells are ringing, people bringing candles. My sisters from Jack and Jill, they dropping off the candles, and people are just coming and being so supportive and kind and loving, right? My son comes down the stairs and say, hey mom, I'm going to the gallows. Y'all know about the gallows, right? Hey mom, I'm going to the gallows, pick up my suit. He had his suit altered, Martin, so it could be all custom looking, you know what I'm talking about? He said, mom, I'm going to the gallows. I said, okay. So I go in the bedroom, get in the shower. I come to the bedside, and I come to the bedside, Tiffany, to wake my husband up. Say, hey babe, I'm getting ready to leave, go back to Stacy's. He doesn't move. He does not move. So I go back and I shake him again. And he was laying on his side with his arms folded. And they kind of came apart a little bit, and I thought he was sick. I run out the house, barefoot, to my neighbor. I say, hey, come help me. Michelle, come help me. I can't wake her up. She run across the street. I'm standing in the corridor of the bedroom. And she looks up at me and she says, Twyler, he's gone. And for a moment, I thought, wait, going where? I see him in the bed. And I think I might have blacked out for the moment. But here's where the emotional strength comes. The same call that I got from Stacy, she got from me. 5 days later. 5 days later. I see Chris Oliver come through the door, and he's looking like so confused because Urban had just done a tea party for him on Thursday night. And Friday, he gets his wings. There's people everywhere. My nephew said, Auntie, Uncle Erwin is trending on Facebook like over 100,000 times. Like, it was insane. And what I did was, I recalled all of the personal self-development. Come on! All of the personal self-development. I recalled all of the prayers. Come on! I recalled all of the affirmations. I recalled all of the dream cards, all of the index cards. And I started praying. And I told everybody in the house, I said, listen, we got to get the girls buried tomorrow. We got to do the visual tonight. And myself and my 17-year-old son, these girls were his sisters. Just lost his sisters and his dad in 5 days.
Tissue.
And what did we do? We went to the park. And we had the visual. And that Saturday morning, this young man sat on the front row in between Stacy and the girl's grandmother. Like a big boy. And I sat behind him. And we got through it. And then the next weekend, we buried Erwin. Say blow over. Blow over. Say it again, blow over. Blow over. The dark times, the sleepless nights, the pain, all of just the I don't understand. It blew over. It all blew over. I don't know what you're going through at this very moment. I don't know how severe it is or what it is. But I stopped by to tell you today that it will blow over. Because you are divinely connected. Come on. You are divinely connected to some people that love you, that care about you. And this is why a community like this is developed, to support you. Connect, get connected, stay plugged in, and strengthen your mind and your mindset. This right here, guys, is so precious. And I'm not talking to you, because, I just had a baby, let me tell you. And I kept it from my son. He probably kept his difficult times from me. There were some hard times. And there were times I didn't even want to get out of the bed. But I had to talk to myself. Listen, the best talk is what?
Self-talk.
The best talk is self-talk. But you got to be very careful. Because if you don't give your mind something to think about, it's going to be thinking and you won't even know it's thinking. 50,000 thoughts come through your mind on a daily basis. 50,000. And it's thinking. Like, have you ever, been someone who's like, man, I didn't even think about it. Like, I didn't even think about it. But you want to be careful. That's why writing things down is so important. That's why putting that pen to paper. Yeah, we have our phones and all that, but let me tell you something, baby. Writing engages the subconscious mind. I'm a note taker, and that's on purpose. And I see many of you are taking notes because it engages. And so you have to be so prepared for life. because it happens to us all. It does. Nobody's exempt. Nobody's exempt. You're not exempt from hard times, because guess what? Hard times is like a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn.
Wow.
Everybody gets a turn. And sometimes we're looking at someone else in their season of harvest. And you're saying, wait, what about me?
Yeah.
But you wasn't there in their season of planting.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's why you gotta be focused on where you're going and what you're doing. And you gotta plan it. You know, I tell myself all the time, I say, baby, you gotta plan it. It's gotta be planned. You gotta be able to see it. Right? What you want. What if
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Come on.
I got $200.
Come on down.
Cash dollars for somebody who have their goal saved on their screensaver. Yes.
Okay, go get it.
Helen, give her $200. Don't come up to me. I'm gonna come up to you. I'm gonna let the Holy Spirit lead me. Who in the room 18? I'm looking for an 18-year-old. 18 seconds. 3, 1, 3, seconds. What is that? All right, give me $300. You gotta be able to see what it is that you want. You gotta be able to see what it is that you want. Every single day. Every single day. Somebody asks you, what do you want? You can't stutter. You gotta know. Boom. Just like that. You gotta know what you really want. What is it that you really want? Oh, I wanna be a chairman. Quadruple, triple, 100 trillion, right? But why?
Yes.
Why? But what do you really want?
Really want.
Right? What do you really want? You just really want to be connected to a community? You really want to just be able to be around like-minded people? It's okay if that's what you want. Sometimes you don't want to be a chairman, whatever, or whatever the rank is. You might just want to come from personal development. Because I'm going to be honest, when I first started the business, I thought I wanted to be a certain rank, but that's not what I really wanted.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
What I really wanted is to just be connected. That's it. I wanted to be connected. And I really wanted to be able to work with my husband. That's what I wanted. So you gotta go deep. Go deep. I'm deep already. Go deeper. Go deeper. People ask all the time, how do I do this? And give me a nugget and tell me this and tell me that. And honestly, with all due respect, that's cool and that's fine. But I promise you, when you grow and you're intentional every single day, You have your ritual every single day. Something as easy as to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. That's how I stayed sane when Erwin passed away. That's how I stayed sane. Because I attached that to something that felt good. To something that was gloriful for him. Because he deserved it. He deserved it. And I took all that pain and I just started writing and journaling. And then I came a book. And we've heard it all the time.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That your pain will be your passion. Having the pain takes you through the process. And all of that is true. But the thing that I want to leave you with, I want you to truly go deep and grow and put something together for you. Not what your sponsor put together for you, not what your top leader put together for you. Yes, they're going to give you a business plan. Absolutely. If you're not in the industry of network marketing and you're an entrepreneur, you got to have a business plan. But you have to know what you want. So when everything falls apart, the leader goes away, and this happens, and it's this and that and the third, and y'all know how it goes, right? You still can do what? Press. You can still press. That's when you know you're on track. That's when you're developing as a leader. Because no one is responsible for you, but who? You. But you. It's not anybody's responsibility. It's yours. It's your responsibility. And how many of you know that business can be going well? Woo, boy, we are just everything is going. Right? And people come into the events, and the room is packed out, and people hitting numbers, and sales volume is climbing, and wings are popping. Everything is going great, Devon. It's going great. How many of you know that can change? Can all change? How do I know? It happened to me. But watch this. When you operate with the right heart and the right principles, and you operate in the spirit of love, what the enemy sends for you can be canceled.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going to tell you this story. I was contemplating on if I was going to tell this story or not. But I'm going to tell it. I'm going to tell it. Because I'm going to help somebody in here today. I'm working. Business is going great. Okay? Erwin and I, we are coming out of that bankruptcy hole, and we prayed to God, hey, listen, God, if you ever let us get back to where we were, hey, we're going to spend the rest of our time helping people. And we've done that. And doing it still. Bankruptcy note, $10,000 a month. I'm like, woo, they said bankruptcy, you don't have to pay that much money. Right? So we're working. Now we're able to pay that note. Boom, we're paying it off. As a matter of fact, it was $528,000 worth of bankruptcy debt. And I got a nice letter from the trustee that said, hey, in all of my 30 years of being a trustee, I never ever had someone pay the bill, Portia, and pay it on time and complete it. Right? But guess what? That goes back to character too. You gotta pay your bills. Right? It's a part of it. But here we are. We're working, things going great. And there was a gentleman that was a part of our life for a very long time. Okay? And Erwin passed away. He came for me, Tiffany. came from me, right? And I thought he was winning, Portia. Thought he was winning. Went from making some crazy money a week to $5,000. And y'all saying, well, you tripping on $5,000? Yes. Couldn't pay my bills at that, right? Then it went down to 3. But guess what I did? Showed up. Went to every meeting. Smiled. The people who know me don't even know this story. My son don't even know this. He has no idea. Okay? And all I did, I just kept it moving. I kept serving. I kept doing. I kept smiling. I didn't take the social media. I just kept doing what was right. Because it was the right thing to do. And I remember taking a trip to South Africa with a good friend, Tanisha Graham. Shout out to her. And she gave me some scriptures to stand on. Okay? And it was all about fatherless child and widows. She said, baby, let me tell you something. God do not play when it comes to widows and fatherless children. And baby, I stood on it every day. Keyword, ritual. It's another what? Ritual. Stood on it every day. Every day. 5 months go by. That's a lot of weeks when you get paid every week. 5 months go by, and guess what happens? Out of nowhere, on Valentine's Day, February 14th, company fires me. Bye-bye. See ya. And everything was restored. Say, blow over. Blow over. Doesn't matter what you're going through, it will blow over. It's gonna blow over. So I hope you got what you need to make sure that you pass the test. You gotta pass the test. You know, I was in the event in, I think it was December in Houston, the I Believe Nation event. And I hadn't forgiven this person because they waited until my husband died. They thought I was a punk. Right? I had to take him to court, sue the shit out of people. You know what I'm saying? Right? They forgot that I was from Sunnyside, Texas. Who's from Sunnyside, Texas? Right?
Talk that talk.
So I never forgiven them. I didn't. I kind of said them, you know, in my mind I had, but I hadn't done it in my heart. And I was at the event in December. And David said, you got somebody you need to forgive. He said to the audience, but I said, oh, he talking to me. How he know? How does he know? And he said, even if they don't answer, send a text message. And guess what I did? As a leader, I did it. I called first. See, some of y'all would say, okay, he said send a text message, I'm gonna go ahead and just send a text. I don't want to talk to them. No, he said call. And if they don't answer, send a text. See, that's another reason why you cannot be where you want to be because you don't follow instructions. Leaders do what? Follow instructions. Leaders follow instructions. So I called, he didn't answer, and I sent a text message. And I'm free. I'm free from it. And guess what? God is just blessing like nobody's business. So it's going to happen. Just take the tools that you get from these type of events. This is why it's so cool for you to get here and be a part of this environment, but take what you learn and apply it. If I had never been inside of events like this and never developed my mind personally and, never read my Bible, guys, David would not dare have put me on this stage. I would have been probably, ain't no telling what I would have said. Right? Because I wouldn't have been tight, for real. So know that your better days are ahead of you. Everything that you want, you can have. Everything you want, you can have. And so I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for your success, right? I'm so excited that you get a chance to be a part of this movement. I'm excited that you're growing personally. Right? I'm excited that you're getting your breakthrough. I'm excited that you're getting your breakthrough. God bless you. God bless your family. And we'll see each and every one of you at the very top.
Let's hear it one more time for author and $1 Million